Here we are, back at it again. Another night, another video. And let's just jump straight into it. All right, let's jump straight into it. Let's not waste any time tonight. Y'all know how I do, man. I scroll through the internet and I find these things, man. So another article. Who this one by? Last one was by CNBC. This one by Global English Editing. I go to them a lot. I ain't gonna lie. That's my go-to for good articles, just to hear what people thinking. But this is what the title say. Let's go. Overthinkers often don't realize it, but psychology says the way they make decisions is fundamentally different from most people. By Lachlan Brown. You've been staring at the menu for 10 minutes, not because nothing sounds good, but because three things sound good and you can't stop running the cost benefit analysis on each one. Meanwhile, the person across from you ordered in 12 seconds and is already talking about something else entirely. This isn't a quirk. It's not indecisiveness. It's not a character flaw. According to research in psychology and neuroscience, the way overthinkers process decisions is structurally and neurologically different from how most people do it. The machinery they use to arrive at a choice and the toll that machinery takes operates on a fundamentally different model. Here's what actually going on. I have to just clear my throat, man, but how we trying to finish that? All right. Whew. We talking about overthinkers, right? Me in particular, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know a lot of overthinkers, but a lot of times it's women. And I think because they so detail oriented, a woman when she's trying to do something, I haven't met a lot of women who like don't say or don't exemplify like that perfectionist in their life. Like if they are really into something, they're always trying to be a perfectionist at it. Whether if it's like a guy, he'll just do it for fun. It don't matter if he suck. It don't matter if he gets seen. He don't really care. But women, attention like matters a lot to them, and image matters a lot to them. So I feel like they're very meticulous about the details of what catches the eye, whether that's from speaking, whether that's from image and persona, and having a certain character or attitude. I feel like women are big in the overthinker department. Men are too, but I feel like when men overthink, a lot of times it backfires because we're very instinctive sometimes, very reactive in most times. But yeah, overthinkers, y'all. Let's see what the article say. Their brains are running a different network. When most people finish a task or face a decision, their brain briefly activates what neuroscientists call a different mode network, default mode network, my bad. A constellation of brain regions, including the medial prefrontal cortex, posterior cingulate cortex, and pre precuneus. Oh shit, bro. My bad, y'all. This network handles referential. Damn, what's up with me today? I can't read. Handle self-referential processing, autobiographical memory, and future simulation. It's the part of your brain that daydreams, reflects, and plans. All right, man. Man, I appreciate y'all for reading along with me because I am tweaking right here, and I don't want that shit. All right. In most people, the DMN activates briefly and then quiets down when it's time to focus on an external task. But in overthinkers, this network doesn't quiet down easily. But I don't know why I can't talk today. But in overthinkers, this network doesn't quiet down easily. Research published in Biological Psychiatry has shown that individuals prone to rumination show increased functional connectivity within the DMN, particularly between the subgenial prefrontal cortex and the medial prefrontal cortex. Connectivity that directly predicts level of ruminative thinking. Man, I am having some trouble tonight, y'all. Man. I need to tighten up, man. I need to not drink before I do this, but this is what makes it fun. Reading articles while you got a little buzz on you, Yeah. In practical terms, this means that when an overthinker faces a decision, their brain doesn't just evaluate the options in front of them. It simultaneously pulls from the autobiographical memories, simulates future scenarios, processes emotional associations, and cross references all of this against their sense and self. A non-overthinker's brain might do some of this briefly. An overthinker's brain does all of it continuously and struggles to stop. Um, This is what I can say. Let's see. Because that said a lot. That said a lot. You know what I'm saying? Their brain runs on a different network, right? The overthinker's brain is processing all of these different systems at once, simultaneously. I feel like that's a lot of strain, first of all. But also, it it sounds like something that can be controlled, but with a huge amount of discipline. You know, I can be an overthinker for most things because I believe that go with being an empath as well and growing up in certain environments and just being not really open, but kind of everybody's punching bag and everybody's go to. You know what I'm saying? Like that puts you in a very vulnerable position, I think, mentally. And yeah, you can understand why somebody who's been through extensive trauma in their life may be an overthinker. I think that's where it comes from because if a person don't have a lot of experiences to go off of, they just green, they've been really sheltered their whole life. Overthinking about what? Like maybe your feelings. You don't really have no experience to go off of. But yeah, man, I mean, they brain is running off a different network because I believe it's associated with something different that's held in your memory. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But I could just be talking, man. I'm rambling. Follow me though. They're maximizers, not satisficers. Okay. In the early 2000s, psychologist Barry Schwartz introduced a framework that fundamentally changed how researchers understand individual differences in decision making. In a landmark study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Schwartz and his colleagues identified two distinct decision making orientations: maximizers who strive to make the absolute best choice, and satisficers who choose the first option that meets the threshold of acceptability. Boy, do we know a lot of them. Someone who chooses the first option that meets a threshold of acceptability. That's I feel like the generation before us, the generation we're after, they did a lot of that. You would hear a lot of old people like your parents, your grandparents say like, "Oh, that's just the way things is. That's just the way things are around here. That's just the way things have always been." You know, and they feel like it's got to be that way. No, it don't got to be that damn way. We say what the fuck is gonna be, man. But I feel like when it comes to this overthinker things, right? They're maximizers reported significantly less life satisfaction, happiness, optimism, and self-esteem than others. Why? If okay, most overthinkers are maximizers, and these people have significantly less life satisfaction. That's I mean, I would have to see this report. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? The cruel irony is subsequent research from the Rand Corporation found that maximizers actually experience more negative life outcomes than satisficers, not fewer. What? Despite investing vastly more cognitive effort into their decisions, they showed less behavioral coping, greater dependence on others when making decisions, more avoidance of, yeah, okay, all right. What's the book that everybody talk about? The subtle art of not giving a F? Like, I feel like that's kind of what this thing is saying. Like, if you okay, oh wait, it just came to me. So think about this. I'm gonna put this out there, like moment of vulnerability, bro. In the military, is like this. I feel like if you got a grandfather or you got like somebody in your life that you close to that was in them Vietnam, them Gulf War, them even the God War era, man. Like if you close to people who done been through that type of stuff, that type of terror, that type of combat, and things like that, it'll make you be like that. It'll make you not want to make friends. It'll make you not want to get close to people. It'll make you feel like a lot of things, but to keep those feelings hidden and locked away, because if you let them out, you're just gonna keep getting hurt, man. You see what I'm saying? To have a best friend, somebody that you came into this and grew up in life with from 18 to 21 to 22. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go out overseas and handling the Lord's business, and hey, the hand of God touch you and bring you home. Hey, bro, like that's and you having to constantly go through that. I feel like that's where it comes in. Like That's where it comes in for the overthinker, bro. Not maximizers. More negative life outcomes. What? Less behavioral, even though they put the most cognitive effort into their decisions. The more you care, the more you get hurt. The less you care, the less you hurt. And I feel like on social media, that's a big thing too, because a lot of people just acting like oh, I don't care because they scared of getting hurt. But getting hurt a part of life. You trying to avoid a inevitable and important part of life because it's gonna teach you what really matter to you. Like you know what I'm saying? Somebody no longer in your life for doing something, and you just didn't care a lot about it, but it was still wrong. Yeah, it kind of be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I let that slide, but I don't really care about that. It ain't big to me. Like you know, some people like I don't know, man. Some people feel like pettiness is getting over on them, and they gotta do something about it. And I feel like if it ain't worth the effort, it ain't worth the time. You know what I'm saying? Why do a $5 job when you can do $100 hour job? Just simple logic for me. The off switch for deliberation is weaker. One of the key neurological findings about overthinkers involving the antagonistic, my bad, y'all. One of the key neurological findings about overthinkers involves the antagonistic relationship between two brain networks. The DMN, which drives internal rumination, operates in a seesaw-like fashion with a frontoparietal network, FPN. The system responsible for goal-directed attention, inhibitory control, and ability to suppress irrelevant information. Yeah, this FPN, I like that because it has the ability to suppress irrelevant information. I think, yeah, that's what